Please give me a second and watch this. Alright, this is a clone video, and what I want to show you right now is how to edit a video like this using just your smartphone. Alright, let's come back. So to edit a clone video, we are going to need an app called the KineMaster app. You can get this app from Play Store for your Android and from App Store for iOS. So we are getting into KineMaster. We tap on create or new project rather, and then the aspect ratio, the best aspect ratio to use is 16:9. So let us name our project as clone tutorials. All right, good, done. Create. Okay, this is our KineMaster workspace. In most cases it will appear like this. So I'm just going to select the video I filmed using my smartphone. Now what you should know is you can film the video twice or just once depending on you. So I'll explain more as I get into the tutorial. So this is the video I filmed and it is in my workspace. This is my timeline now. So let me just cancel this here and I'm in the timeline. This is my video on the timeline. So this, let me play the video and explain what happened. So I filmed the video when I was sitting on the chair on the left. Is that left or right? This is my right, and then I moved continuously filming to the left. Now I did not move my camera. My camera did not move. Everything remains the same, because if your camera moves, the editing will be difficult. And then lighting also remains the same. Now let us get to the editing part. I'm going to come back now to the beginning and move my video on my timeline carefully. Now what I'm going to do is, where I get up, I am going to tap on this video on my timeline and I'll trim it. So I just want to split it. I want to split it. This is split here. I want to split. Now after splitting, I'm going to tap here again so that the circle disappears, and I continue. I'm going to continue to where I had to cross to the next chair. What I'll do at this level is I'm going to trim and delete. So I have to remove this part where I crossed to the left chair, else the editing will be impossible. So what I'll do is I tap on that video, on that part of the video on the timeline, and then I go to trim or split, and I will trim to the left. When you trim to the left, anything that is to the left of your timeline disappears. So remember, only this part of the video is selected. This other one is not selected. So I'm going to trim to delete that. Now I have two different videos on my arrow. This is the first one and this is the second one. So good. And this is the second one. What I am going to do is I'm going to duplicate this second row, this second video on the arrow, and then I duplicate it. I'm going to tap on it and I'll duplicate it as a layer. So I tap on it, I come to these three dots up here, duplicate as layer. When I duplicate it as a layer, it is going to form a B-roll image, a B-roll footage down here, which can cause me to move and do whatever thing I want to do with. So I duplicate as a layer and I have my layer already. Okay. Excuse me. So what we are going to do is we are going to tap and hold. We press and hold this B, this layer we just duplicated. When it vibrates, we move it. We move it to this other part of the video. So you see two videos are on our timeline, on our main screen here, and one of it is behind while the other is ahead. So let us see what to do. The next thing we are going to do now is we have to crop this B-roll, this layer. Let us crop this layer in such a way that this chair comes out, this empty chair comes out. So we are going to scroll here, we look for cropping, and then we crop. So I'm simply going to crop it in such a way that this chair will disappear. Immediately the chair disappears. I am good to go. Now if I tap anywhere on this screen to let this disappear, you're going to discover a line. This line, you're going to discover this line here. Now what we have to do is we need to do something that will help us remove this line, because if this line is not removed, all right, if this line is not removed, this division is going to show and the clone will not be like a real clone. So let us tap on the timeline again. We go to cropping, and then we put on our mask. Other cases it can be called fader. We put on the mask from here, and you move the mask to about 25. So 25, it is cool like that. Good. Now we come back and we tap on this timeline. What we are going to do now is we are going to look for a way. We are going to look for split screen. So there are two things you can do. You can either do it manually, make this video video on the timeline to be the same size with this main video here. So you do it manually by holding here and pulling until when you feel that it is the same height with the other one. Yes, you hold there and pull until when you think that it is the same height with the other video. Then you move it here, making sure that the red lines that direct you shows you that it is in the middle. If that is done, good. So you find out that our clone video is made already. The other thing we must do is we have to delete this other video on the timeline. Now if you did not want to do it that way manually, you could simply just come here to split screen, tap on split screen, and then you split it to the left. Just tap split screen to the left and it is still so cool. Guys, we already have our clone video. Let me delete this part and then we play to find out what we have. All right, so that is our clone video and that is how it goes. Okay, see you in the next video, guys.